First for the Heat, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James. And it's Haslem in at the 4 slot. And for Atlanta, Jeff Teague and Lou Williams, the backcourt. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Millsap in at the power forward.
You know, every great player needs someone to push them to be better. LeBron said last year that, you know, that's what Kevin Durant does with him. And I think he works as hard as he does, knowing that Durant is coming to try to take his spot as the best player in the league.
That is good. LeBron's got the game going here with the first basket for the Heat.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
Horford no luck. And Miami has possession. And going back to LeBron for the time being, he's solidified Clark is standing. I think everyone would agree is the best player in the NBA.
Well, how about 4 league MVP trophies to his credit? One of only 5 players in league history to win that many. One of only a few players to be both MVP of the league and MVP of the finals in the same year.
Wow.
So, enough said.
Chalmers against Teague. Teague gets a screen from Korver. From deep, Williams. Here's Millsap. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
LeBron gets the screen from Haslem. LeBron drives in, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
Well, you know, you look at LeBron James, maybe more than any other player in NBA history, he's great in a way that transcends position. Size, skill, savvy, know-how. I mean, he's got it all.
And we can talk about LeBron's ability to really play any position on the floor. When you look back, has Steve there ever been a player you could say that about?
I'm not sure if you could say that about both ends of the floor. I mean, there's a lot of great defensive players who could guard everybody. Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman. Offensively, Magic Johnson could play any position he wanted, but to be able to do so at both ends is what separates LeBron James.
T kicks to Williams, and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. A big factor in today's game, he said, is how they are able to handle Chris Bosh. He said often in games, Bosh is the X factor with his ability to gather rebounds and finish off chances inside. In order to keep him from dominating the fight on the glass, they'll have to match his intensity every step of the way. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. The feed now to Haslem. Back to Bosh. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
And Williams slams it in.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Bosh against Horford. Bosh passes to LeBron. Out to Wade. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
A super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Clock at 6. Here's Chalmers. Another shot. Wade outside. Bosh, a screen on Teague. Wade dishes to Bosh. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Here's Teague. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Teague's got his first points of the game.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And LeBron throws it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
The Hawks trail by 4. Outside Teague. Kicks it to Williams. Here's the 3. LeBron grabs the miss.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Wade passes to James. Top of the key. Rebound by Williams. Hawks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. No good.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Wade drives in. Shoots from 14, and that's good off the glass that time.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Williams sets a screen for Teague. Korver, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
And they double up James. Williams against Wade. High arcing shot. It's blocked.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Miami leading by 4. Chalmers with it. Pass to Wade. Haslam a screen on Williams. Wade with it. Williams picks him up. Wade gets a screen from Bosch. And here's Chalmers from the arc.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Millsap kicks to Teague. Good.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
And Miami making a change here. Battier's checked in. The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the game.
Well, when the Big Three came together, they had a lot to deal with in the Southeast. I mean, a strong Orlando team and Atlanta, a team that could give them trouble. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Southeast, no real match for the Heat.
And he gets it to go. Bosch has got his second basket of the game.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Teague dishes to Williams. And stolen by Chalmers. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. When he can play off of his teammates and find openings on the perimeter, just catch and shoot. Got a quick release. Beautiful stroke.
He does such a nice job of getting himself squared up and in perfect position before the ball gets there, preparing before the pass.
And the first one at the line is good. And that division title for the Heat was their 3rd in a row, 6th overall since 2004 when the division was born. Steve, helps when you go 15-1 against the other 4 teams in the Southeast.
Well, it also helps that Charlotte and Washington are in the Southeast, Kevin. But look, this is a team that dominated the rest of the league. So when they play in a weak division, you know they're going to completely dominate those teams.
And so Chalmers nails both of them.
Hey, last season Chalmers missed a game-winning shot. That happens to a lot of guys in this league, but what he did the next game is of note. He made 10 threes, and arguably his best game ever, as he set a Miami Heat team record for makes beyond the arc.
Teague can't hit. Miami leading by 5. The drive by James, and Brand with the block. And he recovers it, but he gets it back. LeBron passes to Battier. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Battier's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And Mario Chalmers grew up in Alaska. Not too many NBA players hailing from up there, taken with the 34th pick back in 08.
He's played his entire career with the Heat, and really it was a perfect situation for him when LeBron arrived, because he's a kind of a combo guard. He plays the point, but he's an excellent spot-up shooter, so he can play off of LeBron and Wade quite well.
And Williams, here we go. Brand kicks to Williams. Back to Brand. Into Horford. Banked in off the glass. Horford's got his first basket.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Wade dishes to Chalmers. It's tipped. Anderson. No luck. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Williams passes to Teague. He kicks it to Brand. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And it's Wade penetrating. Battier outside. Inside. Here's Anderson. Horford with the block. Now here's Williams. Pass to Brand. To the right side. Here's Carroll. He's guarded by Battier. The kick out to Williams. Stolen by Chalmers. Wade with it. Williams picks him up. Wade dishes to Chalmers. James kicks to Anderson. Good work defensively by Horford. The Hawks trail by 4. Outside Williams. Horford sets a screen for Williams. Teague up top, defended by Chalmers. Williams can't hit.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And it's Wade penetrating. Passes to Chalmers. Out to Wade. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. For Miami, Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Cole subbed in for Mario Chalmers. The Hawks have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Here's Schroeder, covered by Cole. Six on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder, and the layup's good off the glass.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
And that one's good. And the Heat lead by 6. Hawks have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
James kicks to Battier. To the middle. The 10-footer. They get it again. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Now, I'll tell you one thing. They've cashed in on a lot of these second-chance opportunities out there in the first half.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do. You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Here's Jenkins. It's good from long range. Jenkins got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Hawks.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Cole, the pass to Allen. Inside. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Horford.
Now, he hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Now here's Jenkins, defended by Allen. And here is Jenkins. 6 points for him. Here's Schroeder. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's James, and that one's good. LeBron's got 8 points.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through, and that's not something they should get away from.
Here's Schroeder. He feeds it to Horford. In Atlanta again with the bucket. Seven seconds left in the first quarter. From deep LeBron. And again, Miami with the triple. And now a look to the stands as he tells those fans, let's go.
And they're always listening, Kevin.
They are.
If he's the one doing the talking anyway.
Kind of like when you're doing the talking with us. We're always listening.
Always.
Always.
That's right.
And this will give them a major lift, just like you guys give me a major lift when I hear you talking the way you're talking around the game.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Now the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done two things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, as you know, the Miami Heat try to keep the plays they run as simple as they can and rely on their talent and teamwork to win them games. But playing like that can present its own kind of problems. Coach Spoelstra said, quote, the challenge is not getting bored with simplicity. Simple is what works, though, as evidenced by their back-to-back titles, guys.
Well, Doris, sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple. Thanks. Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Miami.
The Southeast Division pretty top-heavy last year, but the Hawks, while not having a real chance to win the title, managed to finish second to the Heat in the division.
And for the Hawks, Clark, as you were talking about, taking care of business, going 11-5 against the rest of the Southeast. Steve, they've always seemed to find a way into the top 3 spots of the division when it's all said and done.
Well, Kevin, I mean, let's be honest. This is not the toughest division ever. I mean, Charlotte and Washington have been really bad. Orlando was horrific last season. So, yeah, that number sounds great, but come on.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game.
One of the reasons they've got the lead is because they've taken good care of the ball.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Norris Cole. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Teague against Chalmers. Teague gets a screen from Jenkins. And the foul on Elton Brand. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lou Williams is checked in for John Jenkins.
Lewis Williams.
The Heat leading by 4. Now Chalmers. Bosch, a screen on Teague. And it's Bosch, that time on the assist by Chalmers. Chalmers has got 4 assists in the game.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Out to the right wing. Back to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Lewis Williams has 2 things working for him on the offensive end. First, he is lightning fast. And secondly, he shoots the ball so well that he's able to use a great pump fake. And he really keeps defenders guessing.
And he can't get the first one. Well, and back to Williams, more turnover prone last season than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, that's normally a strength of his, Kevin. High volume offense without turning it over. Of course, he changed teams, so perhaps adjusting to the new system made him a little more mistake prone.
No luck that time either.
I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. I'll bet he didn't either, as good a foul shooter as he is. Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslem, born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
The Hawks trail by 8. Teague with the ball, now guarded by Chalmers. Williams inside the line. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And back to Haslem. He helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence. Took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of all positions.
It was really heavy back then in Florida. He had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to play first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since. And as he has gained more experience in the league, Wade has taught himself to rely a bit more on his jump shot and a little less on attacking the rim. But still, you see his confidence really lies in his ability to attack the lane.
And Wade, still a player who thrives on getting in the lane, Clark, and for his career, under 30% from long range.
Yeah, you know, his jump shot is more of a mid-range weapon, quite honestly. He loves the bank shot, loves the floaters, and is always looking to get somebody in the air with that pump fake. And usually, more times than not, guys bite and he gets free throws.
He gets to the line, you're right. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. Boy, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
Chalmers dishes to Haslem. That is good. Haslem's got the lead up to 9 now for the Heat.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Yeah, they're really starting to put it together offensively, looking to build on this lead.
Brand left side. Brand left side. Low block shot on the way. And again, it's Atlanta. Chalmers with it. There's the dish to Wade. Bosch, that's the pick for Wade. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Wade's got the lead back up to 9 now for Miami. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. T kicks to Williams. Dishes it to Millsap. It's stolen by Haslem. Pushing it up. And here we go. Allen passes to Haslem. Millsap with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. And he gets it to go. Williams has got 8 points.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Wade gets a screen from Haslem. Bosh, a screen on Williams. Wade dishes to Bosh. Shot, no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
T kicks to Williams. Back to T. Feeds to Korver. Back to T. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. That drops. Now just a 4-point Miami lead.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Here's Allen. Makes it off the glass.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
You know, no denying it's been a heck of a run the last few years for the Heat, but you can't help but wonder if the impending 2014 summer of free agency could be the end of it all. The big three came together in a flash of lightning, it seemed, but it could end just as fast if one or all decide to opt out.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He said to his guys, let's get serious about driving the lane and putting pressure on their interior defenders. That's where he sees the soft spot in this defense. He also doesn't want them to forget the importance of playing aggressive defense on the perimeter and contesting every outside shot. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Let's it go from 14. And it's Wade, that time on the assist by Haslam. And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And Steve, you have to think that at least one or two of them might exercise that right.
Well, you know LeBron will, because he's the most underpaid athlete probably in the history of sports. He's worth 10 times what he makes. But it's going to be interesting to see what Miami does here the next couple of years with their roster.
Wade against Williams, and that one's good. 13 points for Wade.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get, and he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Horford kicks to Williams. Here's Millsap, and it's Miami with the rebound. Bosh has got his third rebound tonight. Teague against Chalmers. He dishes it to Wade. Allen outside. Back to Wade. Bosh, that's the pick for Wade. Count that one. And now it's an 8-point Heat lead.
He has great dexterity inside. He can contort his body, shift in midair, hang time. He can protect the ball and finish through contact. Just an impressive player in the paint.
And Steve, that's not a skill that most players have. I mean, that's exactly why they try to feed it to him in the paint whenever possible.
Williams attacking, stolen by Wade. Allen passes to Chalmers. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Chalmers has got 6 points.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
The pass to Korver. Back to Williams. From deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
Wow, they are just red hot, guys, not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, Steve, but never an entire team.
Williams gets a screen from Millsap. Horford with a screen on Wade. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with the solid screen.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
You know, despite a bit of an apathetic fan base, the Hawks always seem to be pretty good at home. Won 25 of 41 last year and had a 44-38 overall record.
A different look for Miami. Chris Anderson has checked in for Bosh. Battier comes in for Udonis Haslem. And James subbed in for Ray Allen. On defense, Atlanta trailing by 10. Cole's shot is good. Nobody really seems to talk about it, Clark, but the Hawks have been absolutely dynamite here at home over the last half-decade. Steve, as a visitor, you know this. Very tough to get wins here.
That's why they call it the highlight factor, Kevin. I mean, this place can get rocking. And you think about some of the talent they've had here the last few years with Josh Smith, who's now in Detroit, but Al Horford, Jeff Teague. A lot of exciting players.
Here's Schroeder. The three-pointer is right on target. Schroeder's got 5.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Anderson kicks to Wade. Rejected by Millsap. And he recovers it.
Nice numbers from D. Wade. He has 15 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Well, that's obviously not a big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him. Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that the defenses will back off you. And that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws. So it's Atlanta now. 11-point game. Schroeder kicks to Horford. That's good. Horford's got 4 points this quarter. And Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And Kevin, he led all shooting guards in player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
And Cole kicks to Wade. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. The layup off target.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
Millsap rejected by Battier. Here's Cole. 8 points for him. Battier with it. He's picked up by Millsap. James dishes to Anderson. That is good.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
58 seconds left in the first half. Here's Schroeder, guarded by Cole. 18 feet out. No good from Schroeder.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Battier, the pass to Cole. There's the feed to Wade. It's good from about 19 feet. Wade's got 19 points.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
7-second difference, shot and game clock, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's the risk you run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
The Hawks making a switch here. Rand's checked in. .24 seconds left to play in the first half. And Cole kicks to LeBron. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. Fires it up. And another basket for Miami.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the half. Horford the pass to Schroeder. On target from 13 feet. Schroeder's got 9.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Miami ahead. They lead by 13. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, he can't do it by himself.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And we'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly, but first, the halftime show.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Sunday action is in full swing, so let's break down the first half for you. Miami up on top against Atlanta. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. Dwayne Wade putting on a clinic against Atlanta's defense. He's up to 19 points, been getting to the rim, been getting to the line, and a great shooting percentage from both. It's been a disappointment, though, for the Hawks so far. They've been getting roundly outplayed up to this point, and they'll need a bounce-back effort to make up for it in the second half. Lewis Williams making his presence felt early. He's got 12 points and is putting out the effort defensively as well, making his presence felt on both ends of the floor. Now we'll send you back out to Phillips Arena. See you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Dwayne Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. He really took good ones.
Points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, when you look at the Heat finding the right pieces to build a championship, Shane Battier has been one of those important pieces. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, "From a basketball IQ standpoint, Shane was a perfect match for LeBron. I've never coached two players with such high-level basketball IQ." And gentlemen, the Heat have been able to find all the right pieces to build a championship, and Shane Battier has been one of those important pieces.
Certainly a cerebral approach to the game. Much appreciated, Doris. Thank you. The Hawks trail by 13.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Well, you couldn't ask for a better teaching ground than that.
Williams against Wade. Kicks it to Korver. Here's the three. Offensive rebound. Horford no luck. The Heat leading by 13. Wade with it. Williams picks him up. From deep, James. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And back to Budenholzer, who was with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve.
Oh, how about that basketball, man? Well, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
Now here's LeBron. 11 points in the game. Pass to Chalmers. He kicks it away. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by James.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Teague. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
Big step forward once again for Jeff Teague last season. He continued to up his scoring and assist totals and had one of his best years from the free throw line to date.
And he knocks down the first one. And Steve, back to Teague. He's working on that outside shooting, but as a point guard, you know, Clarkie's very effective around the rim with those little in-between shots you like so much.
Kevin, I love the arsenal he has, and every point guard needs to have those runners, floaters, flippers, I call them. You've got to have that. You're not always going to be able to get to the rim against such, you know, against bigger guys. And Steve also mentioned his good free throw percentage, so the more he can get himself to the line, the better for him and his team.
Chalmers dishes to Wade. Pass to Bosch. James in the post. Guarded by Corver. There's the bucket. Good. And that's 15 points for LeBron.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Here's Millsap. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Millsap's got his second basket of the game. The Heat leading by 11. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. Teague against Chalmers. Passes to Haslem. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Into Millsap. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's Chalmers. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there. You know, people look at Mario Chalmers and say he might not be your typical point guard. He's not a big-time penetrator or playmaker, but he's a good fit for the Heat with his active defense and spot-up shooting from long range. I think it's a hand-in-glove fit, actually.
Atlanta calls timeout. And Chalmers, a 3-time All-American and NCAA champion his junior season at Kansas, received the Most Outstanding Player Award for that 2008 tournament.
Hit what was probably the biggest shot in Kansas history, the three-pointer that sent that game against Memphis into overtime, that allowed the Jayhawks to go on and win that national championship.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He wants them looking for passing lanes and getting the ball into the painted area. It sounds like if they can make this a battle of the bigs, he'd be very happy. He told them also they should be swarming to the basket at the offensive end. He wants a lot of bodies inside. Clearly some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris. The Hawks trail by 13. Teague the pass to Williams. Horford sets a screen for Williams. Millsap a screen on Wade. Here's Williams. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
7 seconds on the shot clock. 7.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Bosch kicks to Wade. Back to Bosch. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. 14 points for Chris Bosch. And Williams, here we go. And that one's good.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Chalmers dishes to James. Looks for Bosch, gets it to him. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Williams passes to Teague. Millsap kicks to Teague. Back to Millsap. Fades back. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And here is Chalmers. He's got 8. Wade kicks to LeBron. Leaps for it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And Miami making a change here. Allen's checked in.
Into the lineup for the Heat.
Here's Allen. Just 3 to shoot. He feeds it to Haslam. Releases from 15, and he gets it to go. And the Heat lead by 15. Hawks have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Williams with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. Teague against Chalmers. Teague kicks to Corbin. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one. James outside. The shot from the low post is good. James has got 6 in the quarter.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Korver dishes to Teague. And Williams, here we go. LeBron with the block. The dish to Chalmers. Back to James. James left side. Again, the Heat good for 2. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also the steals. I mean, they've really been harassing the ball today, forcing mistakes, really turning that into their advantage.
James with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. Battier comes in for Udonis Haslem. Just 5 on the clock. Teague the pass to Kira. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was. For the last decade or so, Atlanta has been pretty consistent. Always seems to find a way to get to the playoffs, and part of that is they've been pretty good against the Eastern Conference.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Williams kicks to Millsap. Lets it go from the wing. They get it back. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And that's now 6 points for Grant. This is to Anderson. Back to LeBron. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. And the layup's good off the glass. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter. And for Atlanta last season, 29 wins against the rest of the conference. Steve, not an amazing total, but ending up over 500 usually gets you a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
And a lot of people worried that they would fall out of the picture last year after they traded away Joe Johnson. You know, they're not a team that can contend for a title, particularly not now with the departure of Josh Smith. But hey, they're relevant in the East, and they've got some good young talent.
Ball's not loose. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop. That's good. Teague's got 14.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The Heat leading by 11. And Chalmers kicks to Anderson. Battier against Teague. Feeds it to Williams. Here's Millsap. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Chalmers against Teague. Chalmers dishes to Battier. Back to Chalmers. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Here's Cole, guarded by Schroeder. And there's the pass to Cole. Back to Anderson, stolen by Brand. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his 2nd personal foul.
The Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
DeMarre Carroll. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
The Heat have magnificent talent, but even coming off an NBA title, they had never put their name into the conversation of the great team until last spring when they went on that amazing 27-game winning streak.
And Cole kicks to Allen. He dishes it to Cole. Shot clock at 6. And that time, also a missed shot. The Hawks trail by 9. Now Jenkins. He's got 9. Brand finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Brand's got 8 points. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
Here's Jenkins. Kept alive by Atlanta. Battier against Brand. The second chance effort. The feed to Carroll. Lets the 3 fly. That's good. And now just a 4-point Heat lead.
We've gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
Timeout called the Heat.
Well, Elton Brand is a former #1 overall pick back in '99, guys, and despite that, was one of the most underrated star players from his days with the LA Clippers. Now he's starting to slow down. He's on the other side of that career mountain, if you will. But he's still a quality big man.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He spoke very adamantly about being much more active in defending the perimeter shot, saying no more soft defense on the perimeter. I want you guys all over their shooters. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Allen for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. And Brand always has played bigger than his 6'8" height with those long arms of his.
Yeah, and an underrated defender, Kevin. Offensively, he's always been a very consistent mid-range jump shooter. He can score around the basket, but he guards the post pretty well.
LeBron passes to Bosh. Battier dishes to Allen. Shot to end this cold run. Good on the shot. Allen's got 5.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Schroeder, defended by Cole. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. And good on the basket. Book it. Millsap's got 4 points this quarter.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Allen off a pick from Battier. Allen passes to Battier. For 3. And Allen hits again from deep. He's got 8.
Man, they are spreading the floor and letting it fly, really knocking it down from outside.
And I love that gunslinger's mentality, Steve. Playing to win as opposed to playing it safe. I call it prevent offense when you try to protect the lead. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
The third quarter comes to a close. Heat lead by 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Schroeder. Kicks to Korver. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Brand. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Miami leading by 8. Cole off the pick from Bosch. Cole dishes to Battier. Allen outside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Really not hard to argue that Ray Allen is one of the greatest shooters of all time, but with his ability to stay healthy and still contribute, how much longer can he play? I mean, that shot isn't going away anytime soon, fellas.
And the first one drops. You talk about the longevity of Ray Allen. He's had some ankle and foot injuries over his career, but his conditioning, Steve, has never been a question.
Never. And his style of play, where he runs defenders around, coming off screens, demands that kind of fitness, both from him and, of course, whoever's guarding him as well.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, Miami stormed through the regular season and were viewed as the clear-cut favorites to come out of the East, but it was not as easy as expected. After sweeping Milwaukee, the Bulls gave them a scare, then the Pacers really took them deep, all the way to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wade with it. And the rejection by Brand. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for the Heat.
Mario Chalmers.
And Haslam kicks to Bosch. Chalmers passes to Haslam. Chalmers dishes to Allen. Shot clock at 2. That one wide left. And for the Heat, the Pacers were their first real test, it seemed, and they had to survive a win or go home against them. It almost seemed, Clark, to take away any momentum they might have had when they went up against the Spurs in the finals.
You know, it's interesting. When I think of momentum in the playoffs, it doesn't carry over from game to game or series to series. I think each game, Kevin, is really an entity in and of itself. That said, Miami found a way, despite being pushed by the Pacers and being pushed by the Spurs, both to Game 7s. It came down to LeBron James's brilliance, but also the hot shooting of a complimentary role-playing winner, Shane Battier.
That's good from Horford.
You know, I don't get caught up in whether Horford is a power forward or center. All I know is he can ball, and his skill set allows him to be productive and consistent.
He's off on the second. And Horford, a great combination of skill, Steve, and toughness.
Yeah, but he's one of my favorite players in the league. Just such a high skill level, but tough. He rebounds, he defends well. He can guard either the power forward or center position. And a winner. Remember, he won 2 NCAA championships at Florida.
Williams against Wade. Pass to Horford. Shot left block, and once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Heat leading by 9. Wade drives in, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Lewis Williams.
Punches it down with pop.
And rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Now, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Paul Millsap's checked in for Elton Brand. That free throw good from Wade.
Well, coming off a title last year, you always wonder if a team will maybe relax a little bit. They usually won't admit to it, but Chris Bosh readily said it at times that his team had a difficult time lighting that fire again.
Horford with the screen on LeBron. Korver kicks to Millsap. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
3 seconds on the shot clock. 3.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And to go back to what Bosch said, I think that is true for every team, Clark, that comes off a championship, but they usually don't admit it like Bosch did.
Well, you know what? Once you've won it all, there is a bit of a relief and a little malaise that may settle over you, but I've always respected Bosch's canvas. He's a guy who doesn't bite his tongue, and he articulates what he feels, and I think it's impressive that they fought back to the finals once more, because that shows they eventually did recapture that fight.
That's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
Chalmers against T. Rejected by T. Hope they get it back. Bosch with it, working on Horford. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Williams dishes to Horford. Shot is blocked. Goes back up. Miami grabs the miss. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Chalmers, banked in off the glass.
Boy, it's been a poor defensive effort. When that ball has gone inside into the post, they've been in trouble.
Yep, points in the paint clearly going against them now.
And stolen by Chalmers. And Chalmers with a clear pass to the hoop and finished off by LeBron.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
The Hawks trail by 16. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Korver. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Bosch kicks to Wade. Passes it to James. Wade dishes to Haslam. Shot clock at 6. Wade passes to Haslam. That's good. And the Heat lead by 16.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Williams attacking. Horford kicks to Millsap. Horford dishes to T. Millsap misses. The Heat leading by 16. Feeds it to Chalmers. Now here's Wade. Tight defense on him. Haslam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Haslam's got 4 points in the quarter.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Teague, the pass to Millsap. Rebound by the Heat. Haslam's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Teague sets a screen for Williams. He kicks it to Teague. Teague gets a screen from Horford. Teague dishes to Horford. Back to Teague. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You look at what Teague has done so far. He has 14 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
Now, he's a maestro, Clark. I mean, the conductor of this offense, putting on a fantastic performance.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Teague.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
The Hawks made the playoffs again, but ended up losing in the first round to the Pacers in 6 games. Dropped the first 2 in Indiana, won the next 2 in Atlanta, but it all ended when the Pacers got him in Game 6.
Here's James. That one rolling around and rims out. The Hawks trail by 19. Shoots a fader. Williams can't get it to go. Well, and for the Hawks, it's been 6 consecutive seasons with basically this group. Certainly Joe Johnson left as a free agent to Brooklyn. But, Steve, they have yet to get past the second round in any of those playoff runs.
I think that's why they decided to part ways with Josh Smith and originally with Joe Johnson 2 seasons ago, just to make that next step, to start fresh. And they may take a dip here, but I think the future does look bright.
Here's Miami now. They're on a 19-7 run. Teague against Chalmers. James outside. Out to Wade. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Bosh. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, Miami went to that smaller lineup last season, and a big change in that was having Chris Bosh move over to the 5 spot. Not his natural position, but I thought he held his own both offensively and defensively playing in the middle.
And he makes the first. And for Bosh playing the center, Steve, he's giving up some weight out there.
But he's a very smart defender. He avoids fouls. And, you know, the way the league is these days, Kevin, most teams play smaller. And Bosh can normally find a center that he can guard without too much trouble. But there are a few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for any lack of size inside by using those other things.
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league.
T kicks to Williams. Williams missing again. The Heat leading by 21. Chalmers with it. Williams picks him up. Chalmers pass to Bosh. Blocked. Here is Korver. He's guarded by Haslem. Millsap a screen on Haslem. Now the dish to Williams. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Wade. James in the post. Teague covering. Here's Wade. Can't hit. Nice D from Korver.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Back to Teague. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. That's good. Teague's got 9 points here in the second half.
It's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
LeBron gets the screen from Bosh. Dishes it to Wade. The fader. And he overshot that one, missing. The Hawks trail by 19. Teague with the ball. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Teague kicks to Williams. Back to Teague. Into Millsap. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. 8 points for Millsap.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, clearly they were starting to show signs of fatigue, so coach wanted to give them a second to get their win back.
And here are the Heat now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. LeBron has doubled. And it's Wade with the jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, it was nice.
Just a gorgeous assist.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
The Hawks trail by 19. Millsap sets the pick for Williams. Floats one up, and there's the bucket coming on the way up from Teague. Teague's got 11 points here in just the second half. Here is Chalmers. Wade a screen on Teague. Williams against Chalmers. Just 5 on the clock. Wade dishes to Bosch. That is good. Bosch has got 20.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Williams gets a screen from Millsap. The pass to Horford. Back to Williams. Lets the three fly. No luck. And it's Miami the other way.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Well, what we saw here tonight is one team just had everything going for it, and the other did huge margin of victory for the Heat.
Clark, look at the number of assists.
Well, they minimized the one-on-one situations, Kevin. They got the ball moving, and it found the open guy.
Great ball movement. You're right.
And nobody really saw a performance like this coming, but it was a big-time game for LeBron. He was really everywhere, defensively, offensively. The total effort we saw from him, I think, was the difference.
Another shot, and good. A nice layup that time from Haslam. And the Heat lead by 21.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here. That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. This is Chalmers up top, fended by Korver. James outside. And it's Wade penetrating. The second chance effort.
Hawks foul. That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Miami.
That free throw good from Wade. A different look for Miami. He's off on the second. Jenkins with it. There's the three. Cannot hit.
You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big men on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the board.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Chris, congratulations on a decisive win here tonight. You guys were scoring very efficiently.
Well, I mean, it's not even about the points. I give credit to our defense tonight. You know, the coaches, they've really been honest about that. You know, we play defense, and when we play defense, good things happen.
Chris, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.